Welcome to Great Life Coaching. This is Dragon Cisco off here. Got another interview with a fellow veteran. His name is Bobby Davis.
Yes.
Just some history between us. Met Bobby, 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
We were in a master's program, undergraduate at Wayland Baptist, and we also did internships here where we're sitting here. But I put on an ad kind of on Facebook asking, hey, if there's any veterans out there, I'd like to really interview you. And Bobby was the first one to respond to that. So Bobby, thanks for taking the time today to talking with me.
No problem. I was glad to help you if you need it.
Awesome. So I want to start because I don't know you very well personally.
Okay.
Obviously, we're brothers in arms, and we're also brothers in the counseling or therapy world.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a good foundation already.
Right.
But tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, where were you born?
Yeah. I was born in Germany. I was a military brat.
Oh, okay.
But I lived my life in Texas. And I've been around, especially like the southern part.
Mm-hmm.
Germany, Kansas, Texas, of course. And that's it.
Okay. So where'd you go to high school? Where'd you finish out your high school years?
In El Paso.
El Paso.
That's my home.
So, yeah, and that's a hot spot, man.
Yes.
I went to some TDYs in El Paso, Fort Bliss, but I was never stationed there, thank God.
Yeah. You get a lot of trouble there.
Yeah.
But I grew up with it, so it's like, we knew each other since the 5th grade, so we all grew up together, so we know each other.
Oh, okay.
Like, so when I got in trouble, you're like, oh, yeah, that's Bobby. Nah, leave him alone. Leave him alone. We were little kids together.
Yeah, okay, that's good. I wish we had more of that nowadays with our kids.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but otherwise it's like teachers don't know how to handle kids because they're not sure how the parents are going to react or whatnot, and I think that's a boundary. So you graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
When did you decide you were going to join? You're in the Army, right?
You just said it already. When I graduated high school,
And you decided I'm going to the Army.
I decided I'm getting my parents' house.
Ah, okay.
I'm leaving.
Uh-huh.
They got too many durules.
Yeah.
And then during the military,
You get more
Army, of
rules.
course. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? All these rules. So the first thing they said, we have a jab party. I was happy. Like, this is what I joined the military for. We're about to have a good time at a party. I'm like, where's the females? No, we picking rocks up.
Yep.
Be cutting grass.
GI party.
I'm like, this is not what I joined for. So it was like a shock. Not a rude awakening, it was a shock though.
Okay.
So, okay.
So how much space was there between graduation and actually leaving for training?
3 months.
3 months. Okay, so you didn't play around.
No, I went out.
So you graduated in May and then you're gone like in September?
I graduated in June and was done in August.
Okay. Oh wow.
90 days and hey, I'm done.
Nice. What'd you do that summer before you left?
I continued to work.
Okay. What was that?
I worked at Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel, cool.
Our motto was we're not just hot dogs anymore. And you don't realize that was on Boys in the Hood.
Wiener Schnitzel?
Yes, in the background was a Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh wow. I have to go back and watch it. It's been a
Our
while.
claim to fame.
All right. So where did you, or actually, what was your MOS?
I was a medic.
Medic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So where did you do your basic training?
Here at San Antonio.
Okay.
In 1992 to 93, to went to Korea.
And were you in Korea for about a year? Or?
Yes,
All right.
that was one of the best duty stations in my young.
You were single.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, I was not. I was married.
Oh shoot.
I was married.
Oh, wait. So when did you marry as relationship to you going to Korea? Or did you marry in Korea?
No, I married doing AIT.
Okay.
My high school sweetheart, we didn't get married. And, I knew her for a minute though.
Okay. So it wasn't just one of those.
No.
Okay. You know where I was going with that.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Are y'all still married?
Of course not.
Okay. Okay. Well, we have something in common there. We'll talk about later.
Whatever.
So you go to Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely fun whether you're single or married, right?
Right. See, for me, I've done so much before. My first job in my life is around commissary. My brothers worked there.
Okay.
And when I worked at Winchester, my girlfriend's friend got me there. Everything I did work was family orientated.
Okay.
So I'm used to that. When I joined the military, that's what my first duty station, that's what it was like. Everybody apart from home, so we treat you like family.
Okay.
I like, I like this.
Yeah.
Then I get orders to the States, and I'm like, whoa. Everybody, whew. We work from 8 to 5, 8 to 4. When we get off, we're not together no more.
Right.
We're not doing our own thing.
Yeah.
In Korea, we're still together because.
It's almost like deployment, right?
Yes.
So you got my wife was in the Air Force, she was in Korea, and she tells me even for her, they would have 24/7 ops for like a couple weeks at a time. I don't know how, she was there in 2000, I guess, so later on than you.
Mm-hmm. No, I went back again.
Oh, you went back again,
Yes.
okay. So Korea, sounds like you had a good time, you developed a good fellowship,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And I got in trouble too, but
You got in trouble? Oh?
Yeah, a lot. My got a career, hit ground in Korea. My unit's in the field for 30 days. They just left. So they said for private, hey, y'all going to the field too.
Yeah.
I know nothing. I knew from basic, my general military orders. I knew all that.
Right.
Got there, put my guard duty. Okay, I'm just scared of what's going on. I don't know what to expect, but
So you hit the ground running, literally.
Yes.
Did they at least take you to CIF and get your?
of course, we in the turtle farm. We in the turtle farm, got CIF stuff, and I lost my Gore-Tex the first week in the field. They put me on guard duty. I went to I left it on my bunk.
Yeah.
Guard duty, came back, it was
Where stuff always disappears, doesn't it?
yes.
So you got in trouble a couple times.
Yeah, I got a bad story, but I'll save another time.
Okay, we'll do that another time. So after Korea, you said you came back to the States. Where'd you go there?
Went to Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, Fort Sill. They sent me to Pine Bluff Arsenal.
What's that?
It's a chemical base.
Oh,
It's a top tier chemical base. I was given the option for Chaffee or Arkansas, Pine Bluff to both from Arkansas.
uh-huh.
My parents lived in Louisiana at the time. They still did. Like, which one's closer to Louisiana? Pine Bluff. It's only like 4 hours away. My
Mhm.
parents. So I chose there.
And where do your parents live in Louisiana?
Right now, I say Bossier City.
Bossier City. Okay. So that's
up there.
if my wife's from Louisiana, so they don't consider that part Louisiana because it's too far north.
Yeah, the bougie part. Yeah.
So wow, I never heard of this place. That's crazy.
Bossier City.
No, were you saying
Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff
yeah.
is they have a Black Soil College there, UAPB. All right, real talk. Pine Bluff is, when I was there, it's dominantly black, dominantly white.
Uh-huh.
They didn't mix. They mixed,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
on a down low, but that's all it was.
Yeah,
There's military people, and we're like, I'm used to being mixed.
yeah,
It didn't bother me.
yeah. My first duty station was at Fort Hood,
Oh, gosh.
and I saw cliques. I saw like you had the Filipino clique,
Mhm.
and you had like the Puerto Ricans, and you had the black clique, and then you had the white clique, and then you had like me, the Mexicans. But I clicked more with the Puerto Ricans and the blacks than I did with anybody else.
Okay.
And short story on that is because one, I didn't speak Spanish, and I just felt more invited, like more welcomed into those two groups because they didn't care what I looked like or spoke. They just cared, was I true? Was I honest?
Yes.
And we can talk about that another time. But that traveled with me through the rest of my life, so it was kind of weird. But okay, so you had that kind of racial divide. Unfortunately, It happens,
Mhm.
and you just gotta make the best of it, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I've done that my whole life, and it's like, okay, I understand. I do my stuff. You guys do yours. It's just good.
Yeah, I mean, don't bother me, I won't bother you, kind of deal.
Pretty
at the
much,
time.
pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
I've been invited out to go hunting with them and fishing,
Hmm.
and they play a little joke on me. Somebody we gonna go. You need a sleeping bag. Just like catch a bird, put a flat inside the sleeping bag,
Yeah.
and a bird will come into it. Oh, for real? I ain't know no better.
Hmm.
So I'm outside. It gave me at 1 o'clock in the morning, from 1 to 2 in the morning. That's when it comes out. So I'm outside. Ain't nothing going. I don't see nothing. Hear anything? And they just laughed at me. Like, that's not real.
Oh
Oh
man,
my God.
yeah, and that's not cool. But lesson learned, right?
Yes.
Definitely lesson
They have
learned.
a lot of we received a lot of medical training. And we had a doctor he's a new doctor, and he taught a lot. He taught us a lot of medical stuff.
Nice.
And of course, we played around with military equipment all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty educational. So I got a lot of skills from there that I was able to carry with me throughout my career.
Okay.
So they sent me to schools like ACLS. At the time, it was only doctors and nurses did it.
What's ACLS?
Advanced cardiac life system.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is. It's like a trauma class, and we
Okay.
had to do like the old school, like hook the EKG up and see the heartbeat and everything.
Yeah.
What to do. It's a kind of mega code. You gotta know all these drugs, and you gotta know how to push the defibrillator,
Mm-hmm.
and what it come in order for drugs.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm a little kid. And
Right.
you guys are actually doctors and nurses. I have a high school diploma. You guys have master's degree, doctor's degree. I'm
Mhm.
like, I don't know nothing. But they were fun. They let us be animated pig. We learned different techniques. I'm like, wow, I'm still a little kid.
Yeah. How was that experience intubating the pig?
It was different. I was like, I've seen it before on maybe TV or something, but never in real life.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, go ahead and try. We had practice dummies where
Uh-huh.
we work at. So we went finish that school, and they're like, you know what? Y'all need to go. Went to EMT school, they paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Went to paramedic school, they paid for it. So we did a lot of training, and we set an ambulance up. They bought an ambulance, it was a used ambulance,
Mm-hmm.
nothing inside the back. So we had to put everything together.
Okay. Well, it sounds like, I mean, if anything, you learned a lot about more than being a medic. You learned a lot of stuff that you probably wouldn't have learned somewhere else, maybe.
No, in Korea, I was a motor pool medic.
Ah, gotcha.
I stayed in the motor pool. I'm like, yo, what's it mean? We're motor pool medics. We stay in the motor pool. Okay. So my medical skills went down from school. Then I got a patient in Arkansas. It just lost them up.
Okay. So where'd you go from there? Or what year was that when you were there?
Ooh, take me back. I was there 94 to 96. I spent a year back in Fort Sill.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to Korea again in 98, 99.
Okay. So you're still married at this point?
I'm newly married, yes.
Newly married.
Yes.
So somewhere between there, you.
We married, divorced, we married, divorced. We married again and then got divorced and we're married now.
Okay.
Was it 3 times? 3 or 4 times, yeah.
Wow.
I'm not a quitter.
That's what I'm talking about.
Uh,
So, how was your second time in Korea? How was that for you?
It was different. Cause I won a private. I was E4 then,
Mm-hmm.
promotable. A friend of mine, doing my NCL, kept pushing rank on me.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be sergeant. I'm like, no, I don't want to be a sergeant.
Yeah.
She said, why not? I'm like, let me see. So right now as E4, I want to take care of myself. That's it.
Yeah.
All my life, I have three other brothers and a sister. And it's always, them. But now I take care of myself and just me. I can be selfish.
Yeah.
As when you become a sergeant, you're no longer selfish. You have to take care of soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
I was dating somebody, she was a E6 at the time, I was E4, and she got paid a little more than me, about $300 more. I'm like, you have so many other stuff you have to worry about. When it's a DUI, they call you, go get your soldier.
Yeah.
They don't call me.
Yeah.
I'm still in my room chilling, playing video games. And you have so much other stuff you have to do. Is it really worth it? She was like, but this is what they look at. You need to be a sergeant. You need to be promotion wise. Yeah, I'm past. We've been passing so much, I became, he's been in for a long time. Yeah. He knows what to do.
Right. Yeah.
So I was known as, I was the first one called, but the last one to be awarded. I was always in the background.
Yeah.
And the sergeant always got credit for my work.
Yeah. When I first came in, there's an E4, I forget his name, but he had been in for like 12 years. And they're about to make him get out.
RCP?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but I remember, even though he wasn't a sergeant or a staff sergeant, they would still give him new people to show around, show the ropes. And then, like you said, that's all he was used. And he just didn't want to be a sergeant. He just didn't, he was okay where he was at. And he knew his time was coming up. But I do remember, and that just makes me think like how many other people in this world are utilized like that and then just kind of forgotten about.
It's a lot of us.
Yeah, it's a lot of us, right?
Yeah. But I just seen where we had seals for stripes.
Mm-hmm.
They were looking short for nurses for LVNs. So we had LVN come in.
Mm-hmm.
She came and started to ask the questions. But she was a LVN for a different, she worked like in a different area.
Mm-hmm.
So we asked her military questions. She couldn't answer. She's like, "What are you talking about? I'm lost.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
lost."
Yeah.
Go get Davis. And they came in and had to help her out.
Yeah.
So it was pretty like, aren't you? You get paid more than me. Why are you asking me for it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was never selfish. I was always, hey, well, I was selfish. I was more, you need help, I'll help you.
Yeah. Okay.
But once you ask, I'll help.
Yeah. I remember the one thing that motivated me to go from E45. I had people push me to in the money. At the time, it was a lot. I was married, had a child, and I was like, I need that extra, just need that extra bump.
For me, it was more of child support. Kicking my ass. I'm like, you know what? I need some more money to pay the child support.
Yeah.
So I started, looking to get promoted.
Yeah. Money's a funny motivator, huh?
Yeah, children motivator.
Yeah. All right. So, where'd you go after this time in Korea?
This time in Korea, I came to San Antonio.
Fort Sam
Yes.
or Bamsey?
Bamsey.
Bamsey. Okay.
I recently I got married then.
Mm-hmm.
It was in '99. Recently got married to my youngest son's mother.
Mm-hmm.
Came to San Antonio, and I worked at 7 West Orthopedic Ward at Bamsey.
Okay.
I just came from Korea. All my medical skills from Pine Bluff.
Yeah.
When I was in 7 West, they had we had the IG walking around, and they pull like a little, like a little codes, like something.
Yeah.
And remember, I went to class for ACLS, and it was like doctors and nurses. I knew what to do
Yeah.
from what I was trained. And it came from Korea, and I was like, boom, 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 boom. So, sure enough, they pulled it. I can't say his name, Captain King, but I can say his name. But he froze. He let me take over though.
Mm-hmm.
His ego was, he checked his ego, so I took over and I was running.
Yeah.
And afterwards, like, that specialist is really, really trained. And my head nurse at the time, she gave me a little achievement award.
Okay.
And I was like, been recognized, okay.
Yeah.
But they know, because I just got there, they know who I really was or what I could do. They had me changing beds, doing little CNA stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And IVs. I'm like, okay, I'm good at that, but
Mm-hmm.
that was it.
So after that happened, and they kind of looked at you different, like, did you get treated different after that, or?
Yeah, after about a week after that, I was still cleaning bedpan, checking vital signs, doing IVs.
Gotcha.
If the nurse can get the IV started, but they don't want to get it started, they'll send me to do it. Or give a patient a bath,
Mm-hmm.
they'll send me to do it. And I'm like, I've done worse things before. I've cut grass and I painted officers up gloves.
Yeah.
A little bit things.
It's funny, in the Army, they don't do that stuff anymore.
Do what?
Like GI parties and stuff like that.
Good plan.
They don't do that. I told you my son's in the Army. He's been in for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's never had to paint. He's never had to cut grass. None of that. They have contractors for that now.
Wow, they got money now. I thought they like free labor.
Yeah, I guess not.
You said it, I think about my oldest, one of my sons, he's a Marines.
Mm-hmm.
He's a drill sergeant, he's in San Diego now.
Nice.
I got a picture, he's just posing like this.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell him, I'm like, man, get out of here. He's still the same kid that I've already known.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's funny, like, let's talk about that for a second. When I see my son in the Army, he had a totally different job. I was a tanker. He repairs night vision systems for Apaches.
Okay, that's good.
Right? So obviously he's smarter than me. He has way better experience than me as far as like, because being in the aviation unit, they're more like the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
The officers don't work on the weekends, and neither do they. Just that kind of stuff. But I'm very proud to see him not follow my footsteps, but I'm proud to see that he's been able to do it and be successful. When you see your son in the Marines, how's
I feel proud because I'm like, wow, you little snot-nosed kid. You cried all the time.
Yeah.
Acting all tough, but you weren't tough. But now I see you out there doing your thing. You were scared, we talked, and you excel.
Yeah.
I wish you joined the Army, but the Marines.
Yeah. Well, Marines, I've worked with Marines during deployment, and I put my life on them just as much as my Army brothers, to be honest, if not even more sometimes. They just have a different mentality.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Yeah, but I'm glad to see that, like, I'm not the only one whose kid's in the military.
I tell them, Marines, understand is beating your body. You get promoted, you do anything. You might want to take a step. If it gets too much, take a step back. During the Army, we're not as hard.
Yeah.
You run 3 miles, we ain't doing all the stuff that y'all do in little tight shorts that you guys wear.
Yeah.
But hey, like, okay.
Yeah, that's true. My son's planning to come out and use his GI Bill.
You say that. My son posted on Facebook what college should he go to while he's there.
Yeah,
Arizona State or something else. I'm like, I'm ready to make his own decisions.
definitely. Yeah. I don't want to. I understand. I don't want to. Your path is your path. I'm just here for support.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. So this is how long were you at BAMSI?
BAMSI, I left there in 2001. Matter of fact, 9/11.
So where you were here?
San Antonio, Austin Highway, get my tires changed. It was on TV. I thought it was an action movie. No, this is real. This happened right now.
Yeah. So
he fixed my tires. I went back. Cause I'm supposed to be going to Germany. I went to my commander. Hey, I seen what happened. Do I need to cancel my orders to Germany? Do I need to stay? So, no, you can go to Germany. You can go to Germany. I'm going to have a good time in Germany. Okay, no problem. But little did I realize Germany deploys there.
Yeah. They're closer.
Yeah, I hit foot in Germany. I waited for like a little longer than most people for my orders. What I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
So they said 177 AR. What is AR? That's an army. What? Yeah, tankers. What? Oh hell no. Put me in the hospital. This kid from BAMSI put me in the hospital. Nah, he going to the field unit.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, 177 AR, Tiger Battalion. So it was a rude awakening.
Yeah.
But the tankers, I know nothing about tanks, and
So what did they do? Stick you in the 113?
yes, I
Uh-huh.
loved it. So I grew fond of 113. Very comfortable. The heater, if my heater doesn't work, it's a red flag. They got to fix it instantly.
Yeah.
They come out there, do what they can. I got IV fluids in the back.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I remember we definitely took care of our commo guy, and we took care of our medic. We only had one for like a company.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, that's probably not enough.
No, it's not. When we deployed, I seen how our medic was used. It was like the tanking unit is not a lot of people. There's not a lot of people in a tank.
Right.
Infantry guys, so they attached one infantry guy and went that way. I can see how it balanced out.
Yeah,
So-
I guess the reason why I don't think it was enough is because sometimes we could be spread out very far.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we might send a platoon out or just a wing out, 2 tanks. If something happens, we gotta send a medic, and then there's no medic left behind. But they always send us through combat. What is it called?
Combat
lifesaver course.
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
come on lifesaver course. Yeah.
Yeah, which I could give you an IV too, but
It's more than just an IV.
yeah, I know. I don't remember what we learned, but luckily, as far as tanks go, most injuries that we had were accidental.
Yeah. I like your model you used to have, death before dismount.
Yeah.
So that means that means they drive everywhere. They ain't gotta walk. I like them.
We were known as the fat boys of combat arms.
Come what you want. We driving. And then, cause I was with them. And then they stick with the infantry guy. I'm like, what the hell?
Ooh,
I'm living love. I'm living life lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the back, my aid bag, my weapons, and just chilling. And then next thing you know, the medic, we had a junior medic under me. We had a senior medic and a medic and another medic. He froze. Came before Sam. And we about to deploy. It's 2 years later. We're about to deploy.
Like in 03? 04?
Oh, 02. Because 2001 we went to Kosovo.
Mm-hmm.
That's more like a train up. And now we're going to Iraq. So we got a bunch of soldiers in. We shoot it good. It came AIT. Of course they're good. First out of blood, he froze up.
Yeah.
So my senior medic, Craig Goldman, CC, he need extra training days. Roger that, sir. And you know what? The empty guys don't want him no more. They have no confidence in him.
Yeah. It's a
His
big deal.
ability. Yeah, and when they said that, they're like, we got to rotate. They send our best medic out there every time. That was me, of course. Go out there and
Oh, so you got rotated from armored to infantry
yeah,
because you're better prepared.
yeah, because it was only three of us for the unit we were in. It was three medics.
Mm-hmm.
We had a big company medic, right? But we were three came attached to them.
Like field medics.
Mhm.
Or, yeah.
So us three came attached to them, and Coleman would rotate us. So I forget to rotate. Hey, David, you go to the tanker. This is our unit, our company. You stay with them. You go to infantry guys. We don't know them too good.
Mm-hmm.
And he stayed back and he rotated everything.
Okay.
We need a break that he would take us. He would rotate us with us.
That's cool.
But then when he messed up,
Mm-hmm.
he froze. They're like, we have no confidence in him. They're like, only thing he kept saying was, take him to the hospital, take him to the hospital. But you're a medic, do your job.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it. So then I went out with them. I started going with them ever since.
So when he saw blood and freaked out, was this during training or
No,
like
this is during
during
Iraq.
During deployment. Okay.
Yeah, we shot through the door with the M16 and the bullet ricocheted and went through the door and hit the guy in the leg.
Mhm.
And he froze. The door came down, they went in and do the thing, and he was bleeding, and he just shot. I'm like, are you serious? Like, he just froze, bro. We need another medic. I'm not going out with him. We don't trust him.
Yeah.
We didn't even like him. We wanted to fight him that night because he can do anything.
That's life or death, though.
Right. So he said, they like, put a trinket on him. All right, where's trinket at? I don't have one. So if you guy took his trinket off, gave it to him so he can put it on him. I was like, are you serious? He said, yeah. So he was left in the A-bag that was in the vehicle. My little said about like, you put an A-bag on you.
Yeah.
So the pouches, the ammo pouches, the big ones,
Mm-hmm.
I took that, put it on my what you call it thing, my vest.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on that. I had 4 pouches. I'm the one that token that. I'm the one that created that, and I see it all the time. Like, I should have packed.
Now they're made like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my idea. Cause we had the shell ones. I took the size off and put it on my gear, and I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
I'm more mobile now. I'm not trying to look different than them. Cause you see an A-bag, okay, that's somebody, and I do a red thing, okay, somebody special. Let's get them first. No. I'm just like these guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was always a quick reaction force.
Okay.
I never did
Correct.
frontal assaults into buildings or nothing like that. However, this is where I really believe this is where my anxiety comes from. Because quick reaction force, you're only called when you're needed, and unfortunately, it was all the time. But basically, you're sitting there in the tank, and I was a tank commander at the time, and you're listening. You're listening to all the combo coming back and forth, and your tank is running. You're fully loaded. Like all 4 of you in the tank are just waiting. I remember my gunner at the time. I don't think I can say his name. Anyway, before we would even start, like after the op order, he would have to throw up. It would set him free, and he'd be cool after that. I would act like I'm good, but in my mind, I'm thinking, when we get called, I'm gonna go see death. It never bothered me shooting anything. It bothered me seeing our people, because we would basically use our tank as a barrier, so that way we could safely mount them up, whatever. But I'm glad I never saw firsthand, like person to person. I always saw the aftermath, or I did the damage to like a building or whatever. But so, did you ever see some of that while you're there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no problem. I mean, I saw it prior to going to Korea. I saw it from Iraq, my first deployment. I seen it in Korea. The rock soldier with the grenade, it blew up in his face,
Okay.
and it blew around him. And we doing CPR on him, and the smell of human flesh.
Yeah.
You always remember the smell.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do CPR on him, to take what I can. in Iraq, it was kind of, he said it was kind of weird. Like, did I see it? I seen a lot of it. I seen enough of it.
Right.
First time we had a call, we out there, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, dark, can't see nothing. And we got intel to go a certain place.
Mm-hmm.
Went to that place, and I hear this gunfire.
Yeah.
I'm on the back of the Bradley. I'm the empty guys now. And like, we got a man down, get Doc. Hey, Doc Ramp, they let me go.
Yeah.
So Doc Ramp, I'm like, where is that? It's over another vehicle. I don't see nothing. Just keep going that way. Okay. I hear ding.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, what's the sound? They shooting at you. What? They shooting at you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh snap! So I took off sprinting, and I dove for the Humvee to get down. So where's that? Where's that? He's in the house. So I go in the house, and I'm like, what's going on? And he's talking like America's. Why are you shooting me for? It was a friendly person. He had pictures of him and our battalion commander on his wall.
Oh wow.
Get it wrong intel. So I do my thing now. Wow, face like this. Okay, do your thing. Put together, animate, trying to get IV hooked up.
Mm-hmm.
I gave him some morphine because he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Man since thought, okay, he's in pain, morphine, hit him up. He's gonna feel okay. It's enough time to get the IV started and do what I gotta do to get him out of here.
Yeah.
So sure enough, I hit the morphine, got IV started, went back to get some more gauze because he's bleeding through. Take my IV out. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, are you serious?
He took his own IV
He
out?
took it out. He's high, he's feeling good,
Right,
he took it
right.
out. And I'm like, I gotta take his airway somehow. So let me get his airway, and he just, moved out the way, because it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had to 11 Bravo's flashlights on the weapon, trying to, make some light. I can't see nothing. Got light there, I can't see something. So I'm trying to save his airway, and I couldn't. Sure enough, we called a 9line in. The flight medic came, and I said, hey, you can't see nothing, it's dark. I got an ambulation kit, but I can't see anything. He said, got an IV bag? You got another IV line? I said, yeah, another IV line. So we cracked, change the breathing. I'm like, whoa. Okay, so he saved him. So we put him on a litter, we take him to the chopper, and we fall. Oh snap, he gonna die. So we pick him back up, he started breathing again. Oh, okay, he's alive.
Yeah, yeah.
So my job, I tell my young man, your job is getting from the spot to the bird. He's alive, you did your job. That's it. So I did that. He's alive. I said, hey, we got somebody over here. So I went over there, and he was shot in the head. Oh, he's gone. They tapped him pretty good. I set him up. He started breathing. Oh, snap, he's alive.
Mm-hmm.
So I act fast as I can, try to use the airway as much as I can. He was breathing, so I had to put a J tube in, and I started IV line. Okay, let's go. He got access, needs medication thing. So I put him later, and he's going. And so I wonder what happened to the people that I treated.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, they live. It was a week later. Yeah, they lived for 3 days, but they ended up passing.
Yeah.
So my guy looked at me like, damn, doc, I don't know if I get shot, I'm gonna live for 3 days. Somebody call my mom and let her know that, what happened to me.
Yeah.
So you give me 3 days windows. I'm like, for real? I was like, yeah. I felt kind of honored because, I'm like, wow, I can't save lives, but I can do my thing to
Yeah.
extend as much as I can. So I felt pretty good. I got a lot of awards from my first deployment.
So what's funny is like you talked about your experience in Korea. In '97, we did what's called an intrinsic action in Kuwait, just show of force, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we had some R&R, and they took us to this place called Marble Palace. It's like where all the sheiks and stuff like that have their palace, and they let us use it. They had a pool. The pool was only about that deep, but it was a pool.
Mm-hmm.
We'd eat hamburgers and play whatever. And I remember the bus came to pick us up, and there wasn't enough room. And I had just made E5, and my best friend, he was at E4 still. And the other people around were like E4 and below. It was me and another sergeant. His name was Sergeant Wilson. And, we were like, nah, go ahead, we'll wait. NCOs, we're going to send y'all forward. And my best friend was like, nah, man, I'm sitting here with you. And I remember this Toyota Corolla drove up, old-ass Toyota Corolla. They just drove up, and all three of them shot their AK-47 at us. And I can remember, like, we're just in PT gear, nobody else around. And we're sitting on these big-ass boulders, And I can remember like the shot just hitting the floor, and then it hit him like just centered in the chest, in the head, went back, and I was just trying to pick him up in pieces, you know. And my friend Sergeant Wilson, he grabbed me and threw me. He was a big dude. He threw me behind the rock, and then they just drove away. So that was like my first kind of experience with losing somebody I knew, and so I can only imagine, like, even though you're fixing people up and you had to live for 3 days, there's got to be some type of way you feel knowing that they didn't make it home.
Yeah, it's actually, when I see even patients trying to see his emotional connection there.
Right.
Remember, I'm praying on you. I'm hoping that my skills are good enough to save you.
Yeah.
And I guess I was scarred to a certain extent because I'm like, was I good enough? Did I do enough to save the guy's life? But then that's not my first time being questioned about my skills.
Sure.
When they're back again, second time it was like, okay, I know more, I'm more confident, but still, like, was I good enough?
Were you?
Yeah. Yeah. This time I was with our company was different. And new unit, Fort Riley, Kansas. We deployed. I got ranked now, so I'm in the aid station. I'm the senior. I'm in charge of aid station, and we had a couple of patients that are serious. First one we got, it was 3 local natives.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry, it was 4 of them. We have a doctor who just came in from another unit, from another unit duty station. He's attached to us. We got our PA. So they take one, the PA take one, doctor take one. They give me 2. Cause I'm senior medic. I'm like, well, I get 2 and you get 1.
Yeah.
Oh, you think my people gonna die? No problem. I got you. My job is to make people live. I don't care if you, as a medic, I don't care if they're enemy, friendly, or whatever. You have to save lives.
Yeah.
Right. I tell my medics that, hey, I don't care. It's not racist. It's not prejudice. You have to save life. This is your job.
Yeah.
That's what you sign up for. So I'm like, I'm gonna save them. My mindset is I'm gonna save them.
Yeah.
So double amputee, doing my thing, trying as much as I can. They're still breathing, they're alive. The airway protected, the heart beating still. Hooked up with fluids. We're doing our thing for both of them. And one of the, I felt kind of happy because one of the areas passed away. Because I thought that my mindset was that he thought that, you know, when he come to triage, he won't likely to live, so he treated him first.
Yeah.
I did mine too. They stabilized. All right, stabilized. All right, go, Davis. Send them away. Well, we kept in our hospitals. We sent them to a local hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So sure enough, a week later, when our junior major brought him in, he said, "Yeah, hey, so how do people go?" Oh, well, we put him in ambulance, and the guys, we told him, I was trying to talk to him in English, like, hey, he needs to get to the hospital. He needs this, what medication he's gonna need. So okay. So they say, no, a week later, I find out that, he go to the hospital, they just dumped him out and kept the equipment.
Man.
They kept your stretchers, your letters. I'm like, serious? Yeah, you guys are ready to advance for the hospital.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? I don't work for nothing?
Yeah.
So only good thing is I was able to get my junior medics to do more advanced training on them. And then we had one of our cooks. I think of Eddie Murphy, I think of this story. Raw, his father put you in light fluid on it.
Oh yeah.
Light a fire. Wow, that's a fire. He did that. and he freaked out. Got some in his face because his airway was, being impeded. To the aid station. The 2 doctors, they're not arguing, but talking to each other. That's he's conscious. Let's go intubate him. I'm like, I learned from my schools, you don't intubate a conscious patient.
Right. They're gonna fight you, right?
Right. That's it.
Yeah.
You're like, no, we got to fix the airway. So while they're arguing amongst themselves, he's sitting up. He falls down. Boom. His teeth are clenched. Now his mouth is closed. Crack him. No. I know him. Let me do the right thing.
Yeah.
So I got 2 tongue depressors trapped in his mouth. His teeth trying to pry it open.
Yeah.
That thing is hard. I'm like, what the hell? I finally get open. So they intubated him in instead of cracking him. They intubated him, and he was.
When you say crack him, they bust their teeth open.
No, crack.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tracheotomy.
It was called a crack.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Shoot, you speak a different language, man.
Yeah. So we did that, right? And so he lived. He never, compromised, but it's just stable. Send him down. Fort Sam has the best burn unit in the world because they're the ones that discovered the cream, the burn cream. So we got a burn unit. We're trauma one because of the burn unit that we have here.
Yeah.
All burn victims come to San Antonio, or like major ones. And I'm on R&R. Like 6 months later, I'm on R&R, chilling. San Antonio couldn't watch in San Antonio.
Wait, let me pause you real quick because I did R&R from Iraq too. I did 18 months. So I came back like 8 months in. I would have rather stayed than come back on R&R because I was worried about everybody that's still back.
The first time I deployed, that's what I felt like. The second time,
You relaxed. Okay.
yep. And I'm in Bamsey. Walked to the hospital because I worked there. These are old staff members. John Davis, nobody on here. There's a guy treated in Iraq. Now he just came from Germany. He came from Iraq to Fort Sam. And like, that's John Davis. And like, that's when I saved my life. Like,
Oh, wow.
well, it was a team effort. It wasn't me.
Right. Yeah.
See, remember he shook my hand and everything. We talked. His mom was there. We talked to her a little bit. Then I left. I was like, wow, okay, it's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But when you said about leaving, my first deployment, my biggest thing was I don't want to die on foreign soil.
Yeah.
I want to come back just if I'm down, drive by shooting something, I won't die in the United States,
Right.
instead of foreign soil. And but first deployment, I had a lot of issues going on, but I kept to myself. My senior medic, he was like, D, why you keep going out so many times? They called me the Air Force, hey, I'm gone. I'm gone. By that time I already got my CMB already. But I'm still going. So what's going on with you? No, I'm good. Nah, bro, you can sit your ass down and be on top.
Yeah.
And that's when they're like, I think you're saying suicidal, but something's wrong with you, bro. You're gonna sit your ass down until you calm down. Keep going to mission after mission after mission. Calm down. Relax.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, I couldn't. I thought about I had issues back home. My wife, we were splitting up and everything. What happened? I had no set kids I didn't know about. I'm like, what the hell? So more money come out of my pocket. I'm like, this is crazy. I didn't even know them.
Yeah.
So it was different for me. A lot of stress, but I didn't want to show.
Right.
Hey, it's game time. Let's go ahead and do what we gotta do. Keep going, keep pushing.
Yeah. This was your first deployment when you were like that? Okay.
Yes. They're like, I think he wants to die.
Did you? You wanted to escape.
I don't know. Honestly, all the stuff that's going on, I'm like, fuck it.
I hear you.
I'm like, if I die, hey, if I die.
Yeah.
Then I had a lot of bad incidents. When I got hit by an ID, I'm like, boom, what the hell? I saw white smoke, black smoke. And I froze.
Yeah.
In the vehicle for a second, I'm like, okay. I'm alive.
Yeah.
All right, now do your damn job. Let's go. Get out there, check people in the vehicle, check Billy. Hey, you okay? He was a gunner. You okay? Huh? Put his ass down. Are you okay? You was wrong. And check him. He was fine. Check around everybody, tell them, make sure everybody's okay, because I left a big ass hole. And then they're like, they're over there. You can see him running, right? I said, yeah, what? And then I passed out. Everybody was safe and everything. Everybody was straight. Then I passed out.
Yeah.
My adrenaline dropped. It, boom. I'm like, shit, what's going on? So I rushed to the hospital. Like, I'm fine. Let go of me. I need to back out. So I was trying to get back to everybody. They're like, no, you're gonna stay here. Fuck you. I need to go because it's just me.
Yeah.
Without me, they'd have to come back. It's just me, so let me go. So they let me go and I got out there. And I was like, you should have stayed. Yeah. Like they need me. Without me, they had to come back. Or Coleman got to go. So let me just go do my thing.
So you pass out from shock or?
My adrenaline dropped after,
So High to low.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. That low
okay.
hit, I just.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your body was like, go to sleep.
Mhm.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, on the way, get a little rest and everything, came back, okay. All right, reset, let's do it again. And we did it again. We had the LT, we couldn't stand them. We did a police call every day for like 2 hours. He said, I don't want an MRE bag. I don't want to see anything on this road for 2 hours. An hour coming in, we just walk. I'll come back. Before he left, I'll come back.
Was he a medical LT, like a PA?
No,
or something?
he was actually 11 Bravo unit, right? He was a finance officer.
Oh, geez.
They talked to him becoming, a leader for MT.I. Yeah, okay, I'm doing
So he was
it.
an augmentee.
Yes,
Okay, so he's trying to prove himself.
yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
But we couldn't stand this, but he kept us alive the whole time. And then police calls, they came in, IAD, once we got hit,
Mm-hmm.
we already seen them. Cause we walked, made sure MRE stuff. Cause unit before us, they throw the trash out. Oh, MRE bag's not in there. Oh yeah, they use everything they can.
Right.
So it was pretty. I guess it's a love and hate relationship.
Right.
But I'm
Yeah.
happy as hell I was able to go to him for support
Yeah.
because I was like, man, bro, I had personal issues with my kids and everything. He was like, I said I didn't know them. He was like, they didn't ask him on the road. You brought them into the world. It's your responsibility.
Yeah. Hard pill to swallow.
Oh yeah. All of them. I'm like, you ain't a kid no more, bro. Take responsibility. So I'm like, okay, I got you. But it's just like brother man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a man just like you. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You might not like it, but just here it is. Okay. So I grew up a lot in the military. Like I said, when I finished
sure.
out of high school going to the military. But even then, I was still a child mentality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Biden might be 18 years old, but I'm still like 15 in mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Or I say like I'm at least like 5 years younger than in my mind than I am in my actual body.
Yeah.
So it took me a while to get mature and to understand things.
Same here.
I want to party, have a good time.
I don't think I'm matured till, well, I'm not matured still, but like at the age of 25, I was at the point where, yes, I had 2 kids and I was married, but my responsibility that I had for myself all come out of being a leader, because I had to worry about my soldiers before I worried about myself.
I don't want that stress.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine, well, I ain't a friend of mine, I knew a guy we went to basic at together,
Mm-hmm.
right? Same year, 1992 to 93. Yeah, 92, 93. We went to Fort Leonard Wood and Fort Sam. I seen him. I'm just a little staff sergeant. This guy's sergeant major.
Yeah.
He looked so old and wrinkled. I'm like, oh, bro, what happened to you? He didn't recognize me. I recognized everybody. I said, I was a little kid. I remember everybody's face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you were so nasty growing up in barracks. You were just nasty. You and your little friends, you nasty little jokes and stupid. But he didn't age well. Like he went for rank, dude. My mind, like he went for rank.
Yeah. Yeah. He was sergeant major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like, so you people, my mindset in the military, they like the rank, everything, but as a soldier, that's trying to fast track.
Yeah.
Fast track. You step on everybody, you couldn't step over. Kiss anybody's butt. But I'm like, you lose yourself in the meantime.
Definitely. Yeah.
So when I see people I'm 85 and 3, especially in the medical part, because our cutoff scores at the time was so high.
Yeah. You guys, it's hard to promote.
Yeah. Speaking of Germany, I helped some couple tankers out and get promoted. The corresponding course, so you do quick cross courses.
Mm-hmm.
Corresponding course, so you had to do that. Your cutoff score is so low. I was like, yeah. And I haven't been promoted yet because mine's so high. So what's yours? I told him, like, wow. So when I made cutoff, it was 784. I had 785. It was only like 10 of us made it. I'm like, man, that made no sense.
Do you remember back in the day going to the Army Times in the
Mhm.
back and looking at
Yes,
the cutoff
look for your
was?
name, everything.
Yeah, man. I remember when I'm 85, I think I needed 500 something points to make it, which is you just show up. You get your awards, I always did well in PT, and you do your board. And I remember I graduated PLDC in December, and in January's Army Times came out, and I was E5. But when we came back from Exodus leave, we went straight to the field, and I hadn't even been promoted, like pinned E5 on, but I already had E5 on everything. And I just remember when I went to the field, I was like, did I screw up? Because it's my first sergeant's gonna be pissed. Commander's gonna be mad. I'm like, man. But my first sergeant was like, if the Army Times says you in E5, then you in E5. You're fine. Whatever. And but I do remember as a tanker man, our promotion points were E6 was like maybe 6 something. And by the time you meet E6, you got more awards to add on, correspondence courses. We would copy from each other.
Yes.
Man, it was just like
rotation time.
Man, it was like, I remember there was this guy, his name was Fortney. He was real smart, and he would do all the correspondence courses and just make copies to give to everybody. We would just all share, because that was easy points, whatever. But yeah, I don't think they have correspondence courses anymore.
No, it's a different system now. It's a different, should I say? But yeah, it was fun time, Army Times. I got my first 85. I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I was in the field. My platoon sergeant told me, "Hey, you made 85. You're a sergeant now." For real? Yeah. Get your ass down there to the company and get your rank.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Right.
I was in Germany. I was like, okay, got it. Matter of fact, in Germany was like my big wake up call.
Germany.
Yeah. By that time on my plane, yeah, good time. It's like, hey, this is real. You better wake up. They're killing people. They're doing this and this, and you better wake the hell up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you something you're gonna hate to hear. In '99, I was deployed to Germany.
Serious?
I went to Illesheim, over by Czech, and it was a 1 year deployment to Germany, man. I was so happy. I was like, yes, how can I be so lucky? Unaccompanied.
So you were married at the time then?
Yeah. Yeah. That's another conversation then.
Generally, I enjoyed the food. It was different.
Mm-hmm.
They sort of looked down upon Americans because we were a big fan. Like, we come
Yeah.
You trying to be like us anyways.
Yeah.
But it was different culture. There's more the door closed at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
We just get off work at like 5. We don't like an hour to get to somewhere to get something to close and eat.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, people.
You know what thing's crazy that I remember in Germany, if you go to a restaurant and they have booths or tables, if there's an empty seat and you're by yourself, they'll sit you with these same people. Like, do you remember that?
Yeah.
And so you're just kind of like, I don't know how you felt, but it kind of felt like a sore thumb. I was like,
my space.
Like I'm sitting by myself or something. But I came to expect it. So after the first couple times, not as shocking. Just see if we can spark up conversation. Another thing I noticed is a lot of people in other countries speak English. So
what I thought was weird, 2 things that was weird. So you go to we go to like a fast food place, order food. They put a straw inside for you. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't put my straw inside.
Yeah.
Stop. Don't do that. It's nasty. Your hands been. And I was in a nightclub. I want some water because I've been drinking. Okay, I need some water. I got to, get some, I call out my sister, I need some water. So gave me some water. It was sparkling water.
Oh, yeah.
So I took a big gulp. I spit it out at the bartender.
Carbonated water.
I'm like, what is this? This is not water. This is water. Oh, you want a bowl like a dog? You call me a dog, bro? And like, calm down. I was like, hey, just call me a dog. I don't know that, instantly. So I'm like, okay, this is what they do when they say water. This is what they want the carbonated water. But like, I don't want that.
Yeah, they give you the bubbly.
Yes, that was nasty.
Yeah.
It was different. It's not nasty, it's just different.
Yeah.
I'm used to.
If you get a soda, no ice, no free refills.
Yeah, that was strange. Like, wow.
Sometimes just in the can with the cup, and you're like, it's warm.
Different. That's just how they do the things there. With their French fries with mayonnaise, I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
I'll
Mix some ketchup in there with the mayonnaise, maybe.
I mean, I'm like, I train anything once, hey, American train anything once.
Yeah.
How it is.
It took me a while to have that attitude where I'll try anything once, though, because I was set in my way. I was like, okay, I'm a barbecue, I want Mexican food, and I want like good old American food. But going to like Germany really opened up my eyes to be like, nah, I need to at least try it. Because I started thinking, it's like, maybe it's a little disrespectful to go to somebody's country and not try their culture, their food.
So I feel like that. Like, I'm disrespecting you. At least give it a shot. But speaking of like ribs, things like black ocean rib, I was in for dinner with something basic, and they ran out of food, so they cooked something real fast for us. It was ribs.
Mm.
I looked at it like, oh, I need that. You want this? Yeah, eat it. I was like, you can have that. I was like, nah. At the time, I didn't eat ribs because especially it was boiled ribs. I'm like, you don't know how to cook?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the two days say that black people eat ribs all the time, like, nah, that's not true.
Yeah, not all stereotypes are true.
Oh yeah, I break a bunch of them. Like, play basketball? No, I can't play basketball. You dance? No, I dance a little bit. If I ain't drinking it, I'm not dancing. So
Yeah. My wife's the same way. She's not your typical. What? You know what? I lied just right there. There is no such thing as a typical Mexican or a typical black person because
correct.
There's to do that. You're like hamstringing yourself.
Yeah, I think like when stereotype, what we expect,
Yeah.
falling off.
Yeah, and that's detrimental. I think.
Yeah, it is.
It's like,
like they say, all Asians supposed to be smart, are good at math.
yeah, I know plenty.
As soldiers, we were like, yeah, they're not that good.
Yeah. All right, so second deployment goes on. You've changed. You've got more experience.
More responsibility.
You're more of a teacher now.
Yes.
And you saw more stuff there, obviously.
Yes.
So was that how did that deployment end for you?
It ended pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised the Air Force came in and they're like, okay, how do y'all run this stuff? You know, we're hospital managed. We don't do field stuff. Army do field stuff.
Yeah.
How do y'all do your stuff? Okay, this is how it's done. Teaching them. But it was all right, it's time to go. Time to wrap stuff up. Let's go. I've seen a lot of is it food money? Or is that what it's called?
What?
The food money? Food bar money or something? That's where they take the funds and they buy and totally entertain the soldiers.
Oh, yeah, I don't I know what you're talking about. I don't know what the name is.
Yeah, me neither. But they bought the TV, so we are the big screen TVs, the PlayStations, the Xbox. Halo just came out.
The Air Force people.
No, the Army.
Oh,
we
okay.
had our own budget and came out, and of course it was Air Force against Army. They had me playing video games. I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all do that.
Yeah.
But I was more into let me go ahead and start. We're in the gym. Like, hey, y'all get some more equipment? Can you order some more equipment? We need heavy weights.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing. Trying to work as much as we can.
Yeah. So I will say, like, my experience with the Air Force Marines, I never worked with Navy but working as a quick reaction force would also include CAS, the close air support, and that'd come through the A-10 Warthog. So I worked a lot with the Air Force in the rear because we had to coordinate fire or whatever. But I really saw the difference in quality of life that we had. So for us, we go to the rear, it's still tents and like cots, and we're on the sand still, and they've got coolers full of cold water, near beer. They had a better life.
Yes, and I've seen a lot. So they say Army spends money on tanks.
Yeah, equipment. Yeah,
Air Force spend money on the living style.
Yeah, I think I understand why Army does it. Our mission's different, but sometimes I wish they would splash a little bit more because it's a morale issue.
That was a big morale,
man. Because you see, but sometimes we come back from a mission so late, there'd be no more hot water. All the log people in the Air Force that were back in the rear and all the support, we would come in just like dirty, like full of blood, and like all we want is a hot shower. And I remember like my tank, when we brought it back, we had been shot by an RPG, so the back part of our tank was kind of missing. We were still operational though. It pissed me off so bad that we had these, I don't even know what they were, but they're Army, and they were taking pictures in front of the tank to send home.
Really?
Like, I just about lost it. My lieutenant had to hold me back. I was E7 at the time, and he was like, "Just let them have their fun, dude. Go get you a shower." And then you get in the shower, it's water's cold. And then I didn't mean to cut you off.
We call them pugs. I don't know what we call them. Was it not a pug? It was my son's cell phone. People that stay back in the rear.
Oh,
We can call them people.
we had a name for them.
Yes, we couldn't stand them.
Yeah.
We couldn't stand them.
Yeah. But I remember there was a sergeant major, not a command sergeant, just a sergeant major walking around asking me why my uniform was dirty. Or why I had holes in my knees. And I looked at him and I just walked off. He was like, "Hey, soldier." That kind of deal. And I was like, "Look, man." I was like, "They give you 4 uniforms to bring. I'm out in the field. I'm doing maintenance on tanks. I'm like handling people. And I just couldn't believe his priority was
The uniform.
appearance in my uniform. When's the last time I shaved? Or when's the last time I took a shower?" I'm like, sometimes we'd be out for 2-3 weeks at a time.
Who you telling? Who you telling? I feel you. We come back from the child, or we come to get the child, right? Oh, they smell. They're dirty. They're dusty. I understand. Like, look, we the motherfuckers that out there. That when the ID goes off, our chili comes in. We the ones that go out there.
Yeah, we
Not
respond
you
to
guys.
it. Yeah.
So sit there and looking pretty and everything. Enjoy it because we're the ones getting dirty for it.
Yeah. So I'm glad that I've never talked about that because a veteran's a veteran to me.
Mm.
But there's a difference between the guys that go outside the wire, the guys that don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to see them and to act like they doing something, I'm like, no. Like, first ID, we had to always, we were second none, and we had to, Big Red One, we had to be full gear.
Mm-hmm.
Kevlar, weapons, everything. Knee pads, elbow pads, gloves, all the time.
Yeah.
There's a bag there, with PX, right? It's mysterious bag, smells for bag, keep your ID. Shut up. And we just walk, like, get out the way, we're like, me, y'all shut up. Because they don't go outside the wire.
Yeah.
Outside the gate, they stay there the whole time, in the back. So being a medic, I need some more medical supplies. So with the hospital, hey, I need some of that. They're talking about, are we going to the club tonight? I'm not gonna change duties so they can go to the club because they want to go sell tonight. I was like, are these people serious? Are you guys serious?
Yeah.
Once again, I'm not a hospital medic. I'm a field medic now.
Yeah.
So my attitude's completely changed.
Yeah.
I'm like, just give my supplies. Like, you can't come with a weapon. Don't put a weapon at them. I ain't my weapon outside. You lost your damn mind? You can't come in. Give my medical supplies and I'll be out of here.
Yeah. They wouldn't let you in the field hospital?
Nah, it was,
What was it?
because I'm coming to them for restock my medical supplies.
And they wouldn't let you come in with your weapon?
So I stayed by the door.
Yeah.
Inside,
Yeah.
I stay here, get my supplies, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
We got posse. And he called somebody down here. I said, no, okay, it's okay. All right then. So that was it. It was pretty.
It's an interesting part of deployment that I forget about sometimes. I don't dwell on it because I know they have a mission to support, and without them, I couldn't get my food, my ammo.
Yeah,
You know,
I like cooks. I
my
like
fuel.
supply. Yeah.
So when would this last time you were in Iraq? What year was that?
I lived for around like I can't remember the year. I come out to live. She was living another year.
Okay.
What was it? Yeah, I can't tell you. I have no off the top of my head.
Yeah. So you're still in after Fort Riley, or is that your last?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
For a while, I came to Fort Sam to be an instructor here.
Nice.
So do my instructor thing, got a little trouble, and all right, retire. Okay, retire.
Nice.
So
So then you stayed in San Antonio.
yeah, I came back to San Antonio after I left Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I came back here.
Okay. So after you retire, what do you do?
After my first retirement, I cried for about a month. Everything I knew and loved was gone.
Mm-hmm.
My friends I thought were friends, they weren't really friends.
Yeah.
They're using. I figured out later on in therapy, they're using me to the extent of what they needed.
There's a lot of people like that in our life, I think.
And me being a friend as I am, they took advantage of it, and I didn't see it. As long as I was important to them, you know, somebody thinking about me. So I cried. My grandma, she was like, you know what? I was like, I cried for about a month, and she was like, okay, you done crying now? You good? Now what you gonna do? The Bobby Damn D you used to be in the military is gone.
Yeah.
Who in the hell are you now? So it took me about a while to figure out who I was. So I picked myself up, went to school, went in, just get a bachelor's degree. Yeah, let's do something.
Where'd you get your bachelor's in?
Medical studies.
Medical studies, okay.
Yeah.
So you went with something familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because here's the funny thing. I'm gonna teach you a lot of medical supplies, a lot of medical skills. We're not certified in any of it. I made sure we get EMT, but yeah, what's good is that?
Right.
This is why I found out the difference, the cutoff scores. So once you get out as a medic, you can get a job somewhere in the medical field.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a tanker, what can you do? Bulldozing and some other stuff. That's how you're getting.
Yeah.
I was like, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a better chance of succeeding in life. So that's why they get paid more. They get bonuses. I've been military 20 years. I ain't never got a bonus. Ever. I was like, wow, how y'all get bonuses? So MOS.
Yeah. You know what I use my bonus for?
What's that?
I turned in my money bonus. I think I re-upped in 02.
Mm-hmm.
That was my last, in 02 to 06 was my last enlistment. But I opted for Ranger School like a dummy.
Really?
I bypassed $20,000 and took Ranger School instead.
So let me get this right. 19 Delta?
Kilo.
19 Kilo. I'm gonna be a Ranger. I'm dead before dismount. Dead before dismount, I might be a Ranger.
But it was a curse. You know why? There's no airborne Ranger tankers
You're right.
unless you're an officer.
Mm.
Some of them, when they come from West Point, they get that option
Yeah.
because they don't do. They're not tankers. They're cavalry or they're armor. In cavalry, you can be scout or you can be infantry.
Mm-hmm.
So they have more flexibility. So the curse was, when I re-enlisted the Ranger, I changed my MOS to 92 Yankee. I was a log. I was a supply sergeant. Here's where the curse is. So I get deployed with my unit.
Mm-hmm.
We go to Baghdad. They find out they're shorthanded. There's a National Guard unit in Ramadi. They're shorthanded. Tankers. Guess who they pull?
Yeah. But you're a Ranger though.
Yeah, but I went to Fort Lee. I did my little 92 Yankee transition. Came back, log, got deployed as log, and got pulled to the National Guard unit.
Did you finish Ranger school?
Did I what?
Finish Ranger school.
Yeah. 2 times.
I still wanted that so bad.
I failed the first time.
Really?
Yeah. It was all up in my head though. Because-
Everything in life like that.
I was in my head. I was like, and I made it to phase 3, but I started telling myself I'm too small. I'm not strong enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not smart enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of let myself quit by getting hurt, you know. And then they told me, it's like, you can either try again or you just go back to your unit and you lose your bonus. You lose like you already lost your money. Now you're not even going to get to school. So it was a waste. So I had called my first sergeant that I deployed with to Kuwait, and I told him, he was a sergeant major now. And I told him what was happening. He was like, dude, fucking do this shit. He's like, you can do it. And I just took that motivation and I cycled again. Luckily, they cycled me back to the group that was in phase 3 in Florida, and I finished. But
Perseverance.
yeah, but that's always in my head. I'm too short. You know, all these things. But if I think about it, being short never held me back. I was still, I still had. I've been married 3 times. I've been.
I don't think you're short though.
Yeah. Well, you know,
You're about to say like this
to,
one.
to the Army world, when I remember in basic training, man, I was always in the back because most tankers were 6'1" or taller in the group I was in. Now, not in the real world, but in basic training, that was my first example.
Okay.
I remember I was in the back with this South Korean exchange. He was in the Korean Army and he exchanged, and he was short like me, didn't speak much English, so like I don't know, it's a whole different thing. But in my head, I've always not been enough. But then if I think about it, I'm enough. You know, just a weird thing. So going back to you.
You said I think of something else like, every man gonna be a PA. I use the excuse that I don't have much responsibility, so I get promoted. That was an excuse because I was scared. Captain Cooper wanted me to go to PA school. I told him I want to be PA school.
Mm-hmm.
I started up one of these magazines that you get all the time. He'd get it and he'd let me read it. I look at the called medical procedure, and in fact, it has like where they wanted that. And he was like, but the salaries on it is so low. But you know, this is what I want to do. I don't care the salary. I want to do this here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not the real salary. Calm down. Go to PA school. So I motivated myself to go to PA school, but I was like, no, I'm not smart enough.
Yeah.
And see, some people, I'm like, how did you pass PA school? You dumb as rocks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you messed up. You should have went, conquer your fear, and should have went, just took a step.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
It makes me wonder, like, how many other things have I held myself back from? A lot. I guarantee it. For me.
My son's in that boat. I'm like, don't do what I did. Don't hold yourself back.
Yeah.
Don't talk yourself out. You want to do this? Do it. I'm your biggest children. So I'm cheering him on much I can so he can motivate himself to do something. And he still hasn't decided.
Yeah.
I'm like, I try my best not to be an enabler growing up,
Mm-hmm.
so you can learn on your own.
Yeah. That's the best way to learn, I think. You gotta let them experience.
Experience is a mother weapon. So I say it's true.
Mm-hmm. All right, so how long did it take you to finish your bachelor's degree?
My bachelor's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was motivated. I was like, yeah, let's get it.
Oh, okay.
Like a year and a half, 2 years.
Dang.
Yeah, I was motivated. But I went to school. Well, actually, I went to Wheeling while I was in the military.
Okay.
I went to one of the courses, and I was like, I was questioning the profession. I'm like, wait, I just read the same thing you read. This is what I interpreted it as.
Mm-hmm.
To be, I was like, we interpret, each person is different to interpret something. This I took it as, what is wrong. How's it wrong? It's my interpretation of it.
Yeah.
She can't say it's wrong.
Dude.
Stop being smart ass.
I went to college from like 06 off and on from like 2006 when I got out. I didn't get my bachelor's until 2018.
Your bachelor's?
Yes.
Bachelor's, not your master's.
Not my master's. Bachelor's. 12 years.
Wow.
I switched my degree. I did business management, then I switched to human resources, then I switched to sociology, and finally I finished with social psychology. Don't ask.
That's a weird journey.
Yeah, but so you graduate, bachelor's degree. When did you start for your master's?
I took a break.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get into OT school, occupational therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted that one. I visited Wake Forest. You guys are horrible, by the way. Answer your phone, email sometime, please. But they wouldn't. I went to the campus. I had a friend stays in Carolina area. Went to Wake Forest, nothing. Couldn't see the campus or anything, so I was kind of disappointed. So I'm waiting. You know what? Let me go to try and get my CDL.
Yeah.
So I went to school, got my CDL. Yay, woo! And I went to Dallas area, doing a list medication, my CPAP. Like, yeah, you can't. You got too many stuff.
Yeah. Driving to sleep.
I'm ready, no problem. So came back. I didn't want to do that. That wasn't my calling. My brother did that. He likes that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like being home with my kids. The military is like mission first.
Yeah.
No. Because when I retired, you guys abandoned me. My family never abandoned me.
Yeah.
They've always been through the shit I've been through. They've been beside me. So my family's first. You're like, really, no, you're first, then your family. You're gonna take care of yourself. Who's gonna take care of you?
True.
My family take care of me. Because we were so close. Like, we always been. My dad's always gone. I have a tattoo of 4 stripes and line go to the middle. So what's that for? Like James Jr., me, Michael, and Mom. Where's your dad at? It's been us 5. Dad's always, my parents still married to today. It's always been us 5. Dad's always been rooted together.
Mm.
As a matter of fact, it's Junior's birthday today.
Right.
So, growing up, we always had each other's back. It's like us against the world.
It's true.
So, let's go with that one.
So we're talking about how much time passed between bachelor's and before you start your master's.
From OT school, well, I'm trying to get occupational therapy. I'm trying to be a tech.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be the person that make calls.
Yeah.
I waited. I enjoy life. I chilled out a little bit. They're like, let me get you do something. Hey, what you got going on? What master's degree you guys have? Oh, you know what? I don't mind doing the behavior analysis.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at behavior analysis. Arizona State has one. So I called them up. Hey, send my degree plan and everything. Well, send my school transcript there, everything to them. So like, oh, okay, we got it. I want to apply for your behavior analysis, your behavior science analysis. So okay then, you're a teacher. What about degree in psychology? Degree in medical studies? Can I have a degree in counseling? Or a degree in psychology? You need one of those to get in.
Yeah.
Damn. I just graduated. Wait, hey, you guys have a counseling degree? Oh yeah, we got a MAC program. Okay, cool. Can I roll? We got a transcript. We just graduated. Yeah, no problem. It's like a year later.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with them 2000 and I can't remember the year. It's 4 years ago. 18?
Yeah.
About 4 years ago. No, it's a 2-year program, but first year I was motivated, hyped, and everything, and I stopped like, nah, I'm good. I don't do this.
Yeah.
Then I started noticing. I kept messing around with school, kept going to the counseling meeting with a bunch of counselors that are still in school. I was like, oh, this is getting redundant. I can understand what you're talking about. I understand the language. I understand what you're doing. Oh, okay. My wife was in it too. So I was able to continue my education with her. Going, okay, you know what? I got it. The light bulb switched over, boom. And I was able to understand the terminology. I could speak the language.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, can I take it serious? How far can I go? Okay, I understand this is all volunteer. I'm not getting paid for none of this.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey bro, you might want to get paid for some of the stuff. And then one time I noticed I had a lot of clients. My weekdays and weekends they were like getting complicated.
Yeah.
So like, okay, I'm doing a lot of work, a lot of clients, but I'm not getting paid nothing.
Right.
Okay, just free labor again. I thought we started volunteering when we got the military, because the military, we about to, it behoove you to volunteer to go to this military wall. Okay, we need to go to the military wall. So, it took me longer to get my master's degree because I wasn't sure it was going to be the right fit for me.
Yeah.
I started enjoying my chill life.
Mm-hmm.
I was more focused on my kids, trying to make sure that they were model citizens. That they knew when my kids come say to me, you can get a job, and teach how to drive. I'm going to, furnish you with certain things you might not have. Computer, TV, PlayStation or Xbox, which one you want.
Mm-hmm.
Basic stuff. Teach you how to, as if you had your own apartment, how to live as a man, a single man. How to wash your clothes, what to buy, what not to buy. You need to take care of yourself. It's for my kids that live with me while growing up. One of them, my youngest one, he's always been with me his whole life pretty much.
Yeah.
So he knows what I expect from him. So it's easy. You tell the truth, you'll be all right. I don't care if you did or not. If you did, just tell him, yeah, I messed up.
Mm-hmm.
He beat me. I stopped disciplining my son. He was in the 3rd grade.
Wow.
He'd say, he stopped a long time ago. Because I figure I can talk to him and communicate easier with him that way.
Yeah. That's good.
Because he feels like, if I let my dad down, that's even worse than about women. Because it stays longer.
Yeah.
He was right. We can't Gonzalez says, but that's okay.
What time is it?
11:40.
Okay.
So we got time. Yeah, we got time. Because I'm supposed to meet you at 11, but we met early.
Yeah.
I don't like it early, but it's okay.
So now that you're like you graduated, but you're just waiting for a ceremony,
Yes.
and you're still interning or volunteering your time.
Mm-hmm.
What are your plans with all the information you have, all this lifetime information you have? What's your plan?
I actually plan to use it. It's not about. I'm sorry. Okay. So I offered to go get a 6-figure income, right? Down in Mexico. My brother had a spot for me. I was like, yeah, that's cool. My other brother had a spot too. He still had a spot. He said, I got to cut my beard off. My older brother said, I cut my beard off.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't cut my beard off. It's my rebellion. See, military, from high school, I work fast food. No facial hair.
Yeah.
Military, no beard. Must-have, no beard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm retired. I'm enjoying my life. I can let it grow when I grow.
Yeah.
So, and he's taking now 6-figure income, but I'm like, it's not about the money.
Mm-hmm.
If you find something that you love, you can make money how you want to. And that's what I feel like I'm enjoying life. Because I'm around the military. A lot of people think military has a good pay. Military pay, when you're in, it sucks. You don't pay enough. It's the benefits. It's the fact that I'm a kid, keep a place to stay, you give me food,
Mm-hmm.
and you pay me? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's like in my house growing up. That's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
So that was no brainer for me. Then I'm like I say, all the GI parties and all that stuff. I just like, nah, this ain't me. But I have some other horror stories I can't say on tape, but it's okay.
Be
I plan to use it though.
offline conversation. You do?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I plan to use it. It's weird how you pick up skills.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody come in, I just look and tell, if they're already drawn to like one parent or the other parent.
Mm-hmm.
He says, the sit back and say spoke 2 words. Okay, I see. When certain parent get up and go to the kitchen, they right behind them. It's weird. And then after a while, they start relaxing, but they still guarded. I'm like,
Yeah.
to them, simple question. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, how do you know? Observing how she's guarded with you, and the fact that because the other parent threatened that I'm gonna take you away.
Yeah.
So this is why they're always guarded. Like she didn't run away from something. But in the medic, as being a medic, my job was to help people. And now my career now is counseling. I still help them, but not in a physical way, but in a mental way.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, mental to me lasts longer than physical.
Yeah.
Because if I physically scar you, yeah, okay, you got a scar. But when I mentally challenge you to better yourself, it's like, whoa. It's deeper. It cuts deeper. It's more like, well, I got to question myself instead of blaming other people for my scar. No, this is a scar that I created myself. I let it keep growing. Stop growing the scar. And realize it's a scar.
One of the biggest things I got out of this master's program was having to work on myself. Because transference is real.
Mm-hmm.
You can't help anybody if you haven't helped yourself first. And that's a true thing, because I never realized, like, really Michael was one that he really incorporated what I learned in school to real life just by, we had counseling sessions, but we would talk like we're talking now, like, you're my brother, I'm going to tell you how it really is, but he would still get deep. And I realized that a lot of the suffering that I put myself through, I didn't have to for all these years if I just confronted my 16-year-old self or my 12-year-old self. So many things I carried from being a teenager all through the years. And that's the one gift that this program, Dr. Lim, Michael, and other people like you that I'm surrounded by, that I still contact today. You guys have like helped me fix myself. So in the last, let's see, I've been in this program since 2018 because I started right after I graduated my bachelor's. I've grown more in like 4 years than I ever have in my whole life. Because I always had the stereotype I don't need counseling. I'm adapting. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'm like hitting my head off the wall for no reason, yelling at kids, yelling at the wife, and just getting mad and just had a frustration I didn't know where it stemmed from. So this program has really helped me with that. It's crazy.
It's a good program. I mean, when I put everybody before myself. Everybody before me. Everybody before me.
Mm-hmm.
And this little old lady talking about self-care.
Mm.
Wait, take care of yourself? Bobby, you take care of yourself? I'm like, I'm doing fine, Dr. Lim. No, I asked my question, did you? No, I didn't. You take care of yourself. What self-care you doing? I'll be like, you doing no self-care.
Yeah.
That's your issue. And sure enough. But before the counseling, for my program, I was in the military, I went to counseling for depression, anxiety, and everything. And the first day, where I'm from, you keep your business to yourself.
Yep.
So I grew up. It's in the office. I sat down. She sat down. Looked at her. Looked at me. So tell myself. And tell my name, my rank.
Yeah.
That's what I do. My job. Anything else want to talk about? Nope. So where I'm from, we don't say nothing about the business. What happened in our house stays in our house. It's nobody else's business.
Mm-hmm.
So we sat there like the first day. So I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
So she made me feel more comfortable with telling who she is. I was telling who I am, and I felt okay.
Relationship building.
Yes, and she did that. I did not know at the time. I didn't know, and bing, she had me.
Yeah.
So I was hooked in. I got a little emotional, but I'm like, no. Still in the Army, I had my shield, my uniform, my shield. So
Yeah.
I'm still a tough guy.
Yeah.
I left. I felt like a little tear coming down.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay.
No wrong with that.
Mm. But then when you let take your ego
Mm-hmm.
and to ask for help, it was like, growing up, asking for help was a weakness.
Yeah. Even in the Army, it's a weakness. I didn't want to go. If I hurt, I remember one time I dropped something on my toe,
Mm-hmm.
and like that night, I pulled my toenail off, and when I pulled it off, my bone was it was sticking out the top of my toe. So I'm like, man, I don't want to be known as broke dick. And if you can't do your job, then I'm not worth it. And finally, I went to the aid station. And they're like, dude, they sent me to the hospital. But I mean, it's just how extreme it is. Like, you were knocked out cold, but you wanted to go back to duty. RTD, return to duty, take me back. We're not worried about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be.
You go to sick call too much, you sick call ranger.
Yeah.
You ain't got to do too much, nope.
Yeah. I was just trying to get out of something.
Yes.
Sham
Listen,
artist, yeah.
PT, like on the last Friday of the month, they did a long run or something.
Mm-hmm.
Sick call Thursday, it's flooded with people trying to get excuses for this and this.
Yeah, trying to get profile. I
Yes.
forgot what the profiles or quarters or
The
everybody's trying to get their teeth pulled.
The funny thing I seen, I was in Germany, we were about to deploy.
Mm.
People don't want to deploy. Our commander give orders. Everybody, la-di-da-di, get on the plane. We had people on crutches, get on the plane. He didn't give a So we all got on the plane. There's one guy, his wife, they wanted him to deploy. She hit him with the car. He's still deployed. Our battalion commander said, everybody going? We all going. So we all got on the plane.
Yeah.
We get there, we're talking, we see what we got to do afterwards, but we get in the plane, we're going to Iraq.
Yeah.
So first thing, it was weird, but it was a blessing though. It was so rewarding. I came back, I had so much stuff. I didn't have my stuff off, sitting in the back. I didn't. So I'm going to the plane, I'm going to the plane to weigh my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 600 pounds. Because you got to stand the weight and see how much you weigh, how much weight it is.
Yeah.
I was like, are you serious? That's a lot of weight. And I thought about it. I got rucksack,
Mm-hmm.
duffel bag, rucksack, a bag, another bag, on top of another bag, and on top of another bag.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 6 bags and myself. Make no damn sense. This is crazy. Come on, man. So next time I employ, I make sure I move stuff off. I'm not, because I was walking like this here. So they can be a hand, okay? Take a bag. I think I feel like I got these other bags too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was just, it was good and bad.
Yeah.
My whole, what my kids are drawing, yes, what my kids are drawing, I wouldn't hold it against them. They did or did. But I was able to see the good and bad in the military. I saw a lot of favoritism going on. And I'm like, why? Like,
Good old boys.
yes. I'm like, this is sad. Or I've seen where people, because he's attractive, they want to help her out as much as they can.
Yep.
I've been putting in for everyone in school, and he said no the whole time. She put in one request, and she gets picked up.
Yeah.
What's going on? So I was a little mad, but holding against him. Hey, do you? You're gonna do a great job.
Yeah.
It's weird because I've always been. I just noticed something. I always had female, like my platoon sergeant. My first two were females, and they were one black woman. She get promoted when she would get everything right. Yeah. Next one, she was Italian, nice, friendly. Make sure we went to. She believed in educating ourselves. She's the one that pushed for the EMT school, pushed for the paramedic school. She signed it off, make sure that we got it.
Yeah.
Except she made sure we went there. She was Italian, but she was like, I might not be as good as you guys, but I want you guys to benefit from it. I want you guys to get it.
That's good.
I was like, wow.
That's good leadership.
Yeah. Her name is Season Century, by the way. Wiesman, she looked at her, got a mask on, I took it off. Like Juliana. She's like, Bobby, what did I? So like Italian too. But yeah. We had a lot of good training. We use a lot of the military's equipment, training wise purposes. Back with amateurs, we like going like donuts in the road. We swerving the road. Hit that IV, there. Let's go, keep going. Boom. All right, then there we go.
All right, good practice.
Yeah, we practice on crazy stuff. Just make sure we're able to do our stuff. The O2, the medication to push. We had a lot of training.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was a little kid. I just turned 21. And we had a young doctor. Asked him every Friday we had training. Morning sick call, then we shut it down for training the rest of the day. Guaranteed, here we go again. Dave's got questions. I don't understand. What do you mean? How's that so? Why is that important? If you have shot on the left side, why am I on the left side? It's gonna hurt. Me easier to lay on the right side, does it hurt? I said no. The lung is
drain out.
The lung is collapsing. You need on this side here to help out for the fluid can drain out. It's gonna hurt. On my side, left side. I got shot there. It don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So when I became an instructor, I made my medics think outside the box. All right, your person just got stabbed in the back. What are you gonna do? Put him on the litter. Go ahead. You put him on his back. Why? The knife's in the back. Think outside the box.
Yeah.
Stop being, just a drone. Think.
Yeah.
So somebody by the fence and they're shaking still. Oh, they grab him. I put a big stick there on purpose. And you just gonna, something like rubber so you don't get it, you're just gonna grab him, right? Think outside the box. Think. The fence must be electrocuted. It must be electricity in the fence.
Yeah.
So I've always learned from my mistakes. I've always, this is what you say, this is what I'm gonna do. There are other things that you can't do. Then when the stomach's dropping down, it's the same. Get him out. You're like, wow, he's pretty smart. No, I know my mistakes.
Experience, right?
Yes, yeah.
Wisdom is, people underestimate wisdom. I heard an analogy, like when you tell your kids, there's an analogy that if you tell your kids, like you go on vacation, as you and your wife, you go first, and you, on the way there, you see spots not to go to, you see good restaurants, and finally how to get there. But when you tell your kids, like, because they're gonna follow you a week later, you tell them like, okay, when you go down the highway, don't stop at this gas station because the water don't go, you can't wash your hands, stuff like that. Stop at this restaurant because they got the best pie, whatever. And then when you check in, if you see Carlos, don't go to him, go to the other person because Carlos don't know what he's doing. That's like See, and the person would take your advice, right? Your kids take your advice.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like when you tell your kids in real life what to do, because you already been down that road. We got, my oldest son, I got 20 years on him. My daughter, I got 40 years on her. I'm that much further down the road. And like it's stupid, I think back, like, the things my mom and dad used to tell me, I should have listened.
Yes.
Man, I should have. I'd be so much better. But I think it's just a growth process we got to go through.
Yeah, it's generation. But my parents made sure that I got more than they did.
Yes.
I'm trying to do for my son because my parents they never the business. They didn't finish high school. My father went to the 7th grade. My mom went even less than that.
Mm-hmm.
But to us, they were smart.
Right.
You can tell me they were smart.
Yeah.
So when I was in school struggling, I was struggling in school with my reading, writing, understanding, math too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was good at math. Give me numbers. I'm good. I love numbers. Good with numbers, and they can help me. They hold it against me if I get a good grade, but you can help me understand it though.
Yeah.
I see now, after I finished school, we feel that they didn't have that at all. They didn't finish school. So to see me finish high school, get a bachelor's degree, and like my master's degree, they're like, wow, we produce you.
Yeah.
You retired.
Yeah.
You know, my dad did 20, I did 21, and it's like, this is my son. He's proud of me, but it's like, there's certain things I think you could have did better.
Sure.
Like, you didn't have to be so hard and strict on me.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me be me. You cut my wings off. Went to recruiting, right? Like I said, right out of high school. And he was like, hey, we got 11 Bravo. We got, because you can type fast, you can do supply.
Mm-hmm.
And some other stuff like, oh, you be a cook? You can be a truck driver? Like, for real? You drive shit? Yeah, I drive shit. Oh, you be a truck driver? So I went to my dad, hey, they got 11 Bravo. I get to run a lot. I get saying shit. I was all big and buffed in.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, for real? Sir, could you want to be a medic? But, okay. And she crew next day, my dad said, I want to be a medic. Well, you tell your daddy you ain't score high enough. Okay, cool. Daddy said I ain't score high enough. Okay, no problem. 3 days later, come back. Hey, we got a medic open up. But I'm like, didn't I say I didn't score high enough? Whatever, people. And that was my career.
Wow.
I went to school at a time where your parents chose your electives.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never choose. My son's elected. I didn't intend to choose. He chose it himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, you stole it from me. I want to be able to choose his electives.
Yeah. My mom, I think my senior year, I had a bunch of open electives I could take. My mom made me take like trig as an elective. So, but it paid off because my older brother, my sister, and myself, we've all have at least a bachelor's degree. My mom didn't finish high school either. My dad did, but it's like that progression. I remember mom used to make us read. My dad owned a small business, so I was never on weekends, holidays, summer. I was at work. I thought that was normal, but I was learning skills that would, bump me in life faster. So I'm grateful for how tough my parents were, but like you said, sometimes I wanted to just give me a little bit of freedom every now and then.
Yeah. When I was in Iraq the first time, I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah. You mentioned you got a lot of awards in your first deployment?
Yeah.
What type of awards are we talking about here?
CMB, Purple Heart.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I didn't get AM, but
You say like nothing. Purple Heart.
Matter of fact, I don't want Purple Heart
Mm-hmm.
because it means that you fucked up. It means the enemy got you. Don't stain me. Give my CMB and we call it a day.
Yeah.
You keep the other shit. I don't want that. Because then everybody know Purple Heart means you got injured.
Yeah.
You got shot up, some kind of injury done to you. Yeah, I got blown the fuck up, but
I can kind of understand. I've never, like in a situation like that during deployment, thank God. But if you look at World War II, Korea, if you get a Purple Heart, you're dead.
yeah.
But technology and the way you guys' medical skills is what stops a lot of it.
I don't want it because what you just said, it's an honor of them, but I'm still alive and I'm rocking it. I don't want it.
Believe me, the worst pain I carry is coming home.
Yeah.
So I can definitely understand. So wow, you got a Purple Heart. That's awesome, man.
We had I was in B-Knock, and we had two times had a fight. It's like, she ERB.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what you gonna wear it? I'm like, no, I'm not wearing it. You gonna wear it, son David? Fuck you, I'm not gonna wear it.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, looked around. You ain't gonna wear it. Take it off your ERB.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So you come back. Is it gonna be on your show? You gonna be wearing it, or it's not gonna be in your ERB? You decide.
Yeah.
Each your own left. So I'm the clothing cell and picked it up for the first time. I did not want to wear this. I did not want to wear this.
Yeah.
Gonna wear it. Okay.